Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ascalon Sword Festival 2022. We are about to see the gold medal match for the Veterans Women's Foil Competition. I'm Maestro Paul Geraci, here calling the action. On the left, we have Judith Offerle from Red Star Fencing, fencing out of Chicago. And on the right, Megan Romano from Bluegrass Fencers in Lexington, Kentucky. Our official is about to bring the fencers on guard and start this Veterans Foil match. All right, Veterans Foil match. We're going to 10 points in a Veterans match. And both fencers start off cautiously. And the riposte goes to Offerle, who scores her first point. 1 fencing 0. Coming forward, Megan takes the blade, but is unable to land the touch. And Offerle capitalizes and scores his second point. Offerle going slow, but very measured. Perhaps she's picked up the tempo and distance of her opponent. She's advancing slowly, now backing off, looking for that perfect position. And she sees an opening and she makes the attack, but it lands off the target. Of course, in foil, we can only hit the torso. That landed on the leg. And the attack from Megan Romano just misses, and Offerle scores with the counterattack. 3 fencing 0. Offerle backing off. Slow forward, slow back. She seems to be controlling the distance just by going forward and back just a little bit. Romano's steps are a little bit bigger. She's going to have to take some risks here, down 3 points. But it's still early in the match. She takes the blade, comes forward, but it's parried, and Offerle scores her 4th touch in a row. 4-0. Offerle in control of this bout. She can kind of dictate how it's going to go. No fencer is really looking to dominate the footwork yet. Looks like, yep. And Romano comes forward, but falls into the parry riposte again. And Romano's kind of coming forward with a hand pronated, which is probably ideas that Offerle is left-handed, and that pronation of the hand, turning the hand, will make the point stick a little bit better. But it's also difficult to target, really difficult with accuracy. And so Romano might want to try attacking in a different line, perhaps the outside 6 or the lower octave line. Offerle coming forward and backing off, not showing too much, not giving too much away, keeping that guard. And there's the attack, and this time Romano finds the mark with her attack and scores her first touch. She's on the board, 1 fencing 5. 57 seconds left in the first period. Both fencers looking for position. And the attack is parried, and the riposte is non-valid. Nothing done. Both fencers looking for the time. There's a beat. Nothing done. Offerle crowding her opponent. An attack and a pass forward step from Romano. And she tries to land the point, but she's off target. Foilists have to be careful when they do that pass step that they don't cover the target with the opposite hand. And here's the attack from Romano, met by a counterattack, but she has the right of way, and she scores the point. And it is now 2 fencing 5. Romano, 2 in a row. Here's the attack. It's parried. Riposte is no, and the remise of the attack scores, and Romano is now 3 fencing 5. Oh, how things have changed. 13 seconds left in the first period. And it looks like we're going to run out of time. And we do. The time has elapsed, and we're going to the minute break. fencing sometimes is a lot like baseball. Sometimes in baseball we find pitchers throw several pitches, and eventually the batters kind of get a feel for the rhythm and the timing of those pitches. And same for fencing. In fencing, they're trying to get a feel for tempo and timing and distance. And it looks like Offerle really controlled it in the beginning, but now it looks like that Megan Romano's starting to figure out that distance and timing. So in a veterans match, we go to 10 points, and there's only 2 periods. So in a standard bout, in an open bout, senior bout, we go to 15 touches, and we have 3 periods. But in this case, we'll only have 1 period left. The score is 5-3. Offerle still with a 2-point advantage. And our referee is about to bring the competitors back to on guard to start the second period of this gold medal match in veteran women's foil and the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival. And the referee calls for on guard. And the competitors pick up their masks and they go back to their lines. And they're ready to go. Of course, you might notice right now that they're wearing masks underneath the masks. And that is because of the COVID-19 virus protocols are still in effect for USA fencing. And so our fencers are actually wearing 2 masks. All right, now they start again. Here we go, second period. And Offerle comes forward with the attack and scores. And she takes a 6-3 lead. Let's see if the fencers have changed their strategy since the break. And there's a taking of the blade, a cross step, and a riposte, but it lands off target. Offerle content to keep distance here. Looks like Romano wants to close the distance. Here she comes. And she makes the attack, and in the attack, a counterattack comes out, but it's off target. And here they go. Offerle coming forward slowly. She picks up the blade, but her action lands non-valid or off target. All right, it looks like Romano comes in with a long attack, but it ends up off target. And Romano comes in with an attack again. It's in a high line, looks like the second line, and she comes in and she scores. Offerle with a counterattack. She really should have parried or riposted instead. Offerle again with a counterattack, but the attack misses this time, and Offerle takes a 7-4 lead. Offerle 3 points away from a gold medal if she can do it. Romano trying every trick at her disposal. She bleeds the blade, but she can't land the touch, and the counterattack from Offerle scores. 8 fencing 4. Romano backing off, looking to charge in. And here comes, a couple times she's backed up. Here she goes. It's the attack, but in the middle of that charge, Offerle presents the counterattack and scores and arrests the attack. It is 9-4. One more touch and she'll have a gold medal. 9-4. Romano has to get 6 in a row. It can happen. I've seen it before. Anything can happen in fencing, and there's still time left. Here comes the long attack. And there it is, but it is parried, and Offerle scores her last touch. It's 10-4, and Judith Offerle wins the gold medal in Veterans Women's Foil at the 2022 Ascalon Sword Festival.